Hey.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the Valentine special.
Yes, what episode is this? 12.
12?
11?
I think.
11. I trust
12 or
Pob.
11, yeah.
Pob knows the numbers.
Exactly.
Unlike you, Red, with your military time.
Oh, that was clinically insane.
It was.
Is this episode 10 or episode 11?
No, 10 and I remember 10 was just me and Girm. Either that or 9.
It was 9 because I said lucky number 9.
Yeah, true.
Guys, this is episode 11.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. I was right, I think.
Did you guys see on the... Oh, wait.
Not the wait. This is the Valentine's Day special though, so...
Did you see free foot job giveaway at 25 subscribers on the official
true.
They Them Us and You
on the Twitter,
account?
yeah.
Yeah, see, 4 more, and you may get a free foot job. I'm just saying.
And the person
Who's
who
giving
so
the foot job?
bravely volunteered is
Choco,
Choco.
you.
Yeah.
Choco, you literally...
I don't remember signing up to that.
No, Choco, you had an extensive, list. It was really scary.
Yeah.
You proposed to us, after the end of last episode's, recording, you proposed us a list. I hope you remember this.
You don't remember this, Choco? Also, when you guys all agreed to do They, Them, Us, and You, you verbally signed a contract with a bunch of stipulations. And this was in there,
Right.
Yeah.
Verbally being the key point here.
Exactly.
Choco, I don't know.
It's not my fault you can't read.
Mm-hmm. Blind bitch. Who said that?
On the topic of Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
cookies I got heart-shaped.
Yes, Choco. What kind of
Is
cookies
that edible?
It's just chocolate and normal. I don't know.
Normal? What does that mean? Wait a minute.
It's not gingerbread. It's not.
Choco getting into race politics again 10 minutes before. Not even 10 minutes in. Like I said, one side is black and the other side is normal. Thank you, Choco. Okay, yeah.
So
Today is Valentine's episode.
Choco,
yes.
I think for Valentine's Day, we have to go back to me asking
Our
you to be
roots.
mod on
true.
Valentine's Day. I think people changed. People died. Multiple people were...
Did you plan that? Did you plan asking me on Valentine's
I
Day,
have
or was
no
it just?
clue. Zero
Okay,
clue. None. Negative at all. I think I asked
Okay.
you on a whim, but also I'd like to say that I planned it so it feels more special.
I think lying is
It's
worth
cute.
it.
Yes, it's Valentine's Day. Come on, be special.
Yeah.
That was cute. It was super cute.
I'll post.
Girm posted.
Wait, you
image
sent it,
somewhere.
right?
Yeah, I already sent
Okay,
it
hold on.
once.
I need to look at it myself because I remember I wanted to have a first-hand... I keep turning from I wanted to have a first-hand reaction of it, so hold on.
Okay.
I hate
So
making
Charlotte's
you guys
joining us
for it.
today. She's on my bed,
sharp
sleeping away.
There you go. I found it.
Oh, you posted it? Thank you. Okay, so... It's hey, Choco. This is Pob, by the way. Since you're pretty active in my chat, this is when Pob streams, and come to my streams often and stay for a while, I would like to ask you to be my new mod, ! For Discord and Twitch, eyes emoji. If you would like to, of course. All you would do is someone says a bad word in chat or puts a random link from someone we don't know or usually comes to the stream, you would delete it. And that's it. Oh, whoa.
Ew!
So if you want,
this was in
would you like to
2019.
be
I hope you know that, because
mod?
that was fucking insane.
Okay,
If you
wait.
say-
I was gonna say, I feel like we were all a lot cringier when we first met, which I don't know. I think that's fun. Now we're cringe, but it's direct violation of oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, neutral cringe that we understand.
Exactly. We check ourselves before we Oh my god, wait, this is where Choco said the N-word.
Oh wait.
I didn't. Okay, I didn't say the N-word. I just
I almost
wanted
said it
to.
out loud.
I never said the N-word.
So, and then Pob used to have this emo of a cat that I absolutely loved. It was just heart eyes and pulling its cheeks up. I'll post it. But I love this emo, and Pob got rid of it. But Choco goes on to say, OMG, it would be an honor, heart emoji. Thanks, friend. I will do my best as a mod. This is good. And then, why did you guys have this conversation?
This was
The last part?
Yes.
So this was like live on stream. This was happening. Somebody in chat wrote that and was like, "Oh, my cousin, this name, his birthday. Could you shout him out?" And Pop did that over and over. And people in chat like started catching on, and Pop didn't get what was the problem. So I like
my friend
messaged him.
Konnichiwa. My friend Nick Space Gur.
Exactly.
Also, at that point, Pop was still using the white boy persona.
My
so
white
we
soda.
weren't. So we didn't know he was black, mixed. I don't know what you are.
Damn, we've said it so many times, Choco. I don't know what you are. Like,
Listen, for the longest time, I thought Pop was a white boy my age, and then it turned out he was like a 14-year-old black kid. I was like,
Yeah.
shocked. But to be fair, you didn't help with you. I'm graduating soon.
true.
Oh yeah.
Then we're like, oh my god.
Saying I'm graduating.
Where are
as
you
if
going?
I'm graduating from 8th grade. Like,
Middle school.
guys, get ready for my middle school graduation. Like, this is so exciting. This is such a turmoil moment in my life.
Is this actually like a big thing in Canada?
No.
Like, do people actually celebrate it that much?
No.
Okay. So you were just being extra.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was exciting though. I was like, guys, I'm
graduating.
Graduating
Yeah,
from what?
and
University,
we fully
college, high
believe.
school? No. Middle school.
Middle school.
Pop, you were so brave for that. I think. I don't know.
It's true. That's what I
Girm,
think.
to get back to that, I messaged Girm like Pub in like a DM live on stream. I was like, Pub, stop saying that. Stop calling this guy out. Like,
Stop giving him a shout out, please. Remember
yeah,
this.
stop giving him a shout out. Best
Choco's like, no free promo. No free promo.
Choco's like, I didn't even know about
Pub
this.
was like so confused. He wasn't getting why Chad was getting upset like over or like started
I think
screaming
I understood
about
it like halfway through, but then I kept on saying it because I was like, I feel like this will be funny.
The bit. Pop's like, let me come
Yeah.
get the bit.
Well, I mean, we were safe because we were rather safe than sorry. Also, we thought you were white, so
My
That
white
whole
sauna was
shtick.
insane. The way in which that
What was insane?
my
It's
white sauna,
It was very cute.
it was insane, and I don't think it like. I don't think like the synapses in my brain snapped for me to understand that, or understand why I wanted to do a white sauna when I was 14 commissioning my like profile picture or something. I was like,
You
yeah,
were whitewashing
make 'em white.
yourself. Oh my god.
I don't think I was even asked about race or like the color.
They just assumed? Oh my
think so.
god.
I think so.
Well, that's funny because when I also got my first commission of me made, the artist who made me also made me white. It was pale, and I didn't blame her because obviously like I feel like as sad as it is to say, like isn't the default usually like white?
Yeah.
Go white.
Yeah.
This hurts as the only white person in the room.
Isn't it? Is it
I'm
not?
sorry.
I agree with white
Like,
supremacy when it comes to artist drawing.
I'm so sorry.
No.
So since it's Valentine's Day,
Yes.
I have a few stories to tell about Valentine's Day and
Okay.
to tell about my past crushes and my past situationships.
Yes.
That in the moment makes me want to kill myself, but
Yes. Oh my
after,
god, I
like,
relate to that.
reading about it back and thinking about it, I'm like, that is so funny and giggle and laugh. Like,
Pub, what is a situationship to you? I'm curious.
What is what?
A situationship.
What the fuck is
situationship?
that?
that would be like, okay, there's two ways of it. There's either one, you're talking to someone with romantic interest, and
Yeah.
they're also talking to you with romantic interest, and somehow it just falls off or something like that.
Yeah, nobody
And it
ever
goes
says
on-
what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like labeled, but you both know that you have like attraction to each other, and it just kind of like fizzles out, or like something
Right.
happens and like you don't talk anymore, and that happens from either like 2 weeks to at least like 3 months or something. That's how long like a situationship lasts for, if it's unlabeled and if like you're not actively saying, oh, like you are my boyfriend or you are like my partner or something like that.
Mhm.
And then also a situationship could be you have a crush on someone, they don't know, or they do know, but they don't reciprocate it. But you still have like, oh, I like you mindset in your brain.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. That one's an interesting one, but okay. Pob told us to write down stories for this episode, and I don't know if Choco has any, but I can't recall any specific interactions for Valentine's Day that I ever had. Even in relationships. Yeah, like I can't. Very strange. It's because
I don't have any like
it wasn't
like on
that
Valentine's
special.
Day stories,
Yeah.
but maybe relationship stories. I do have some.
I feel like Valentine's Day is like, you can talk about relationship stories or like anything that you think was funny that involved another person romantically.
Well, like I wanted to talk about how when we were kids, they would make us go out and buy those stupid little cards and force us to give one to everybody.
Yeah, Girm, that involves with one of my stories.
Okay.
Is that an actual thing?
Yes.
My fucking! I always thought it was just like a Simpsons clip thing.
I'm old enough to where when I was in 3rd grade, you didn't have to get it for everyone. You only had to get it for your friends or for the people that you wanted to. And it was really sick because if you were like unpopular or people didn't like you, you would
get nothing. It's
shit,
dust.
It would be dust.
Oh, that hurts.
The city
Yeah,
it's
it
bones.
does.
Painful.
Like eventually, I think the year after that, or maybe it was like in 1st grade, right? Because like 2nd and 3rd, I remember for sure, we had to start getting for everyone, and my parents were mad because it was like expensive to them.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I don't know how many people are usually in like American classes, but we are around 20 to 30 people.
Yeah.
Imagine buying that many for no.
Yeah. So.
You smiling? I'm already scared.
So, in 3rd grade, we had to. It was Valentine's Day, and I'm pretty sure it was on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. And for Valentine's Day, you had to give out snacks, or not snacks, but like you would have to go out the day prior or like the week prior and buy Valentine's Day like related like candies or stuff like that, and you would have to preferably give it out to everybody in your class. And we were doing that on Valentine's Day, and I was pretty late to school because my mom was like doing my hair, and she was also like had horrible time management, so I was usually always late. But today I was especially late. And when I came into class in 3rd grade, everybody already was sitting down, everybody already got their snacks. I already kind of felt isolated because I was like, oh no, I'm late. Everybody already passed out their snacks, and everybody already passed out their candies and stuff like that, and their like cards that they got for their friends and stuff like that. And I was going around and passing it around, and like different kids at different tables, because it was in like circle tables, and there was like a lot of them in this one room.
Yeah.
And so I was going around passing out the candies, and kids from other tables would be like, hey, Brayden, why don't you come to us first? They're like, hey, like, here, we're waiting for candies too. And since it was 3rd grade, every single fucking child is incredibly annoying. And they're like loud and screaming and yelling and stuff like that. And really just like outright blatantly rude. Because they don't, like, 3rd graders and below don't understand and don't comprehend, like, being mean.
Yeah, they don't know social cues.
Yeah. And so I was getting like yelled at from across the room by a bunch of different tables from people that I didn't really know and didn't really like all that much too. And I was like really, really stressed, and I was like, oh fuck, like, oh my gosh. And as I was handing out the candies, I started crying. No! Because everybody was yelling at me. It was like, it was like too much stimulation for my brain that I was like, oh fuck. And then I like dropped. It was really dramatic. I had like 2 bags, and I dropped those bags. Candies went everywhere. I ran out the room, and I went in the classroom, and I closed the door, and I slammed it really loud. And then I was like, I got like a shock because I was like, oh fuck, that's loud. Like the teacher's gonna like scream at me. And then I started crying outside, and then I heard from inside really, really loud to just dead silent. And everyone was like, where the fuck did Brayden go? And then after like at least 5 minutes, which I was sitting out there crying, the teacher came outside and she was like, Brayden, what's wrong? Like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I was like, I don't know. Everybody was like yelling at me and screaming at me for candy, and like I couldn't pass out the candy fast enough. And after one of my friends, I don't know who, but one of my 3rd grade friends came out, and she was like, oh my gosh, like it's okay, like I'll help you hand out the candies and stuff like that, like it's fine. I was out there for a solid 20 minutes crying my fucking hole out.
No, you're sick.
But then I went back inside.
Even Charlotte is judging you.
No, literally. I went back inside with my friend, and we passed out the candies, and the day was fine. But I was really, really sad. And it was like one of the first situations where I got so much like social stimulation that I just started crying because I didn't know what to do. And that's a core memory of mine.
Aww.
That's you brought the drama, Pop. I don't know what to tell you. Like
exactly.
The energy that you set that day will not be forgotten.
Mm-hmm. I pissed.
Somebody's probably gonna sit with their grandchildren and be like years in the future and be like, we had this weird fucking kid who just started crying on Valentine's Day and ran out the classroom.
No, exactly, Choco.
He will be remembered.
Okay, but I don't know I don't think this happened on Valentine's Day, but I don't know why else I would. But this, in 4th grade, this basically is just like me admitting to a crush, right, that I liked them. But I was a kid, right? You're a kid. And when you're a kid, you don't know that being like gay is quote unquote not normal, right? So I remember I grabbed this kid's hand, and I remember who he was, and I'll tell you why later. But I grabbed his hand.
Girm, I think I know.
And I told him, I was like, oh my god, like I don't know. I just told him I like really, really like you, right? And this other guy who, because like I went to like a really, I don't want to say ghetto school, but like everybody there was like really hood. And it was like this Mexican dude, and everybody liked him.
Choco.
And he screams out,
I have never heard that term.
I'm sorry, it's true, right? And I was like, I didn't know what gay was. Like, I literally had no idea, and everyone just starts laughing. And I felt really embarrassed, but I didn't know what I did wrong, right? Because you're a kid, like, you don't know. But yeah, later I found out, like, oh, it means liking boys isn't normal. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, so I can't tell people, right? That like I like them or whatever. Anyway.
Why is this such a sad episode? This is supposed to be filled with love and happiness.
It's funny. Like at the time, I was never sad about it, right? Because it's just an experience that you have, like as a queer person. I think to like obviously be like, oh fuck, that's not good. But anyway, later on in life, like I think 7 or 8 years ago, this same guy.
Oh,
the same guy hit me up for a hookup. I didn't like. I don't know. Maybe it's like.
Was he sexy?
I thought he was, but I didn't like. I didn't go because I remembered this. I remembered him. Like I remember his first name, last name, because like he was my first crush ever, right? And
wait, did he remember you?
I don't know. Like I don't know because it was obviously through like an adult app, and I mean I had my name there, but I don't know if he remembered me because I don't know. It's just it was really weird, and I didn't go because like it felt weird to me, right? But I don't know, girl. Like that's a funny memory to me now. Like I look back at that because I did like as a kid, you don't know someone else is a homo, right? Like nothing screamed homo about him to me. But it was funny that I chose him to be the guy like to tell, and then that happens later to me. Like it's just so fucking funny.
Okay, that is funny. Yeah.
But
I still feel so bad for like childhood you, Girm.
It's fine, Jack. Like it's not that kind of stuff doesn't give me trauma because I can look back at it and be like, okay, well, it was what it was, right? Like,
yeah, like that's an experience that you learn from.
Yeah,
and you're like,
basically.
Yeah, but still.
I never had crushes in middle school, and even though I knew I was gay, I never had crushes in middle school because it was like, these guys are. Like I never had the like cognitive like recognition of like dating somebody. Like I knew people were married and stuff like that, but I never had the cognitive recognition that like people dated.
You had to get to know each other first. Pop's like, this is arranged, obviously.
No, exactly. Like literally. And so I was just really like I think I don't know how to explain this. It's a way. It's like a thing where like I didn't have the cognitive thought that dating was a thing, and so I was more like understanding my sexual attraction in middle school. Like I never thought of dating, but I would see like kids in my class and I would be like, oh, like he's really attractive. Like in my like fourth grade brain, I was like, oh, he's really attractive. Like I want to hold his hand and stuff like that.
Yes. That was the same thing, Pub, with this guy because I was in 4th grade too, and I literally like grabbed his hand and told him like, oh, I like you. Like that was it. That's all I wanted to do. It was so weird. Like it's so strange.
It's such like a small like innocence to it that like, oh, like I want to hold his hand, like I want to be near him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
that happened
weird.
a bunch. I remember. Wait, what, Choco?
That's cute. That's cute.
I remember holding on to. I still remember him too, and I remember holding on to this guy that I like kind of liked, in my grade in like second grade or like fifth grade or something. I was like holding onto his arm and we were walking down the hall and I was kind of like gripping into it because I was like, I don't want to let go. I don't want to fucking let go. And then I created like a mark with my fucking nail.
Oh no.
And he was like, ow, what the fuck? I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, that's so weird. Not these shared experiences. Wait, Choco, didn't you ever have like crushes in like growing up?
Yeah, of course.
Like, what did you want to do? Like, because obviously as a kid, you're not like, it's not the same as an adult, right? Like as an adult, you have all these other feelings. When you're a kid, like it's not the same at all. It's just,
it's very base level, like kid brain.
Yeah.
Before I get into that, I remember I was like thinking of the concept of dating so much. I think I disassociated once as a child because of it. Because I was like, how are two people able to confirm their feelings and then start like it was just such a bizarre concept to me that my brain just couldn't handle it, and then I like just zoned out and never thought of it again.
How old were you?
I was in like I think elementary or beginning middle school, so quite young.
I didn't start questioning like relationships until high school, I would say, like the end of middle school.
Well, I mean, I wasn't like obviously in elementary school I wasn't, but like you know, my parents were loving, so I was just like thinking, how do people usually? I also have had those thoughts like in high school, like those came back, but this time I guess I was old enough to not disassociate, so I was like, how the fuck do people get together? This is bizarre to me. One of my, I don't know if it was a crush. I think child me thought it was a crush, but I had a childhood friend who actually lived in the same town as me. We were together, like as in the same class in kindergarten, in elementary, and then we both transferred into the same middle school without knowing it, and then ended up being in the same class. And I think it wasn't a crush. I think because I guess I had social anxiety back then. He was like the only person I knew.
That you knew,
so it was this like the dependence on him, and I guess I mistook it for a crush. And I think I told him like years later, I think I had a crush on you, and now I'm like, no, I didn't. Turns out he was gay or something, or bisexual. Okay. I don't remember. But all I know is he had a gay relationship with one of the other middle school classmates. I think they were experimenting. I'm not sure.
You could have joined that.
Yeah,
think about the Holly Slay in middle school.
Huh?
The throuple.
Exactly.
I really liked the other boy, but like as a friend, he was like you, Girm. He was like funny, loud, talking a lot. Yeah. Well, it's more like Pob actually, not you, Girm. Like Pob. He was really amazing. He was super funny. I really liked him.
Choco, you could have Eiffel Towered. I don't know.
No, you're done.
So I googled that, or like I
Eiffel Tower.
I not Google.
Did you go to images?
I didn't Google that, but I found out what it meant, and I don't like it. Thank you.
I have to be with Choco.
I had two really, really strong crushes in middle school. And oh my god, the first one was like so bad. I remember on my way back to home, like when I was going to the bus station, before the lights turned green, the boy was like all of a sudden behind me. I was like, "Oh, hey, Choco," and we were talking, and I remember I was like talking to him, and then when I like went over the street, I was like, it felt like a dream. It didn't feel real. It felt like I was underwater. Everything was slow and really heavy to walk, like in a dream. And I don't know if that was love, but I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so cute. The Choco's like, oh no, I'm falling in love. That is crazy.
And apparently I wasn't really good at hiding it, because they knew, like, not only like him, also his friends, they could kind of tell. We didn't really date. Like, we said, fine, let's date. And then after we were like together for a week, but he
Yeah.
kept like breaking up at the end of the day, and the next day we're like, okay, no, let's do it again. And then
What
he
the-
started breaking up again.
Choco!
He wasn't into me, and that's fine. No,
He was using you. This is sick. I'm mad now.
yeah,
He was
Like,
So
using
now
you.
that was your situationship.
I
Yeah,
sometimes
Like,
I sometimes still have dreams of him, but I don't like him anymore.
Choco.
I don't know.
This is unresolved trauma, Choco. We need to
Maybe it is. I don't know.
my
I liked
God.
him. He was cute, but I'm not gonna force someone to like date me if they're not into me, because that's just gonna be miserable for both of us. And then the second crush was like one of his best friends,
Choco.
and
Oh my gosh.
it
a
never
rebound.
went anywhere with him. I think he knew that I liked him, but oh man, it broke my fucking heart. I remember, so my middle school was for like math and science, so there were like
Nerd.
only 5 girls in my class in total. So for like field trips and stuff, they would put us together with every other class in the science department, because like in total there were like maybe 20 girls every class combined. So they were like, we have to make up for, because there's like only 5 girls per class. So every field trip they would put us together with every single class, and I don't know how this fucker managed to do it, but so I've liked this guy for like maybe a year at this point. And this guy goes and falls in love with a girl from a different class in like one day, and I remember I went back to my room because I
Choco,
like
I would've
found
murdered
out,
him.
I saw, and
yeah.
I was like trying not to cry because there are
no,
like 4 other girls in my room, and I'm like, fuck, this is heartbreaking. I can't do this. Yeah, I really cried my eyes out that day, and my roommates were super nice about it. They like helped me through it, but I don't know. I think I got over it quite fast after that.
Well, how old are you?
That was middle school, I think 3rd
Like
or 4th grade, so
over-
11,
Oh,
10.
11.
Choco, you were 11 taking the fucking bus?
Dude, I started taking the bus with, wait, when do you end elementary school?
When we're like 10 or 11.
Yeah, I started. Bob, fun story about that. So me and my Mello didn't have phones growing up. It just wasn't a thing.
Melo's
Because
chocolate
my
sister.
parents, immigrant parents don't usually want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And also, you were a
It's-
Victorian child, so it makes
True.
Oh, and
Makes sense.
that.
The lore is that.
And we never had a phone until I think the 1st or 2nd year of middle school, when we took the wrong bus, ended up in the wrong fucking town.
Oh.
We're lost, couldn't contact anyone. It was winter. We wanted to pee and eat. We were hungry and so
Choco, the
fucking
snow
cold.
was right there. It would have absorbed it. It's a
Yeah.
sponge.
It wasn't
I think you could
snow.
have eaten
It
the
wasn't
snow.
snow. It was cold, but it wasn't snow
Oh,
yet.
Oh.
And
This is
we had to like ask the bus driver, "Hey, this isn't our town. Where the fuck do we have to get off?" And he thankfully explained it to us. We were like 10, 8, whatever. So he was super nice. And then we came home and we were like, "Do you know that crying hamster emoji gif?" Hold on, let me send it.
The way you're lucky, because I got lost like 2 days ago
This.
to my friend's house.
We like came home looking like this. We're like, "Mom, we couldn't contact you. We were in the wrong town. Could you please give us a phone so we can like be in contact with you in an emergency?" And then they handed us over this old ass fucking Samsung flip phones. That it didn't have
Military
Bluetooth.
phone.
It didn't have music.
But you had a BlackBerry.
The only way we could listen to music is if we would record it. And I remember, do you guys know the House of Anubis? Do you know the show?
No.
So it was really popular here in Germany and Austria. And the opening song was really good, so I recorded it on that phone. And every time I would just listen to it. But the problem was the recording only allows up to like 30 seconds. So I had to
Choco,
like
you're joking.
30
Did
seconds
you record
and
different
then the
30
next
seconds
30
of it?
seconds. Huh?
No.
Yeah, I just recorded. Dude, this was my experience growing up, and now I have a good ass phone that's been holding out for like 8 years. How is it still alive? I have no clue.
Choco, that's a gas-powered iPhone.
True.
It's true.
Like, that's from the ancients. You dug that up from the ground. You had to get the exoskeletons from the dinosaurs to build that one.
It's true. It's true.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, but funny story that Choco reminded me of. When I was in high school on Valentine's Day, I remember this. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before, but I really liked this girl because she was like really tall and like I don't know, she was really protective of me. She was really tall. She was older than me. She was one of my sister's friends. And I don't know, it was the same thing, Choco, where I was like, do I like her or do I want to be her? Like, it was that situation.
Yes. Oh my god. Every time I see like a really, really hot person in like a show or on the street, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be them or fuck them. I can't tell.
Well, that was the thing. Like, everybody would tell us that we should like go out. Everyone would say it, right? And on Valentine's Day, she asked me out, and I was like, okay, I guess. Like, I don't know what that entails, but okay, let's date. I was a freshman, by the way, and she was like junior. And I was like really fond of her, obviously, so like I was like whatever, and like I gave her a box of chocolates or something because she asked me like a week before Valentine's. But then for like a week we did nothing, and people were like, oh, have you guys been out? I'm like, out to what? Like, what do you mean? They were asking if we had gone anywhere or done stuff. I was like, oh, you're supposed to do that? Because like obviously dating's really new. And I was like, no, it's just we're just dating. What do you mean she's my girlfriend? Like, what else is there? Like, I don't.
Because like holding hands in public is the going out in question.
Like, this is it. This is peak performance. But like, we literally lasted like 2 weeks, and then we just broke up, and then we just like were friends. Like, it was such a weird experience. Like,
does she know that you're gay now?
No. Like, she's one of those people that, because again, I went to like a school, I don't want to say with a bunch of like, it wasn't in the ghetto, but a lot of the people were like really hood, and she was one of those people, and she got pregnant like twice and had a bunch of baby. This was crazy though, because like when she was a senior, she faked the pregnancy, told everyone she was pregnant for like the entire year, and then to like make up for the fact that she was lying, she started posting pictures of what we later found out was her nephew. But she was trying to pass it off as her baby by being like, oh my god, look at my baby, he's getting so big, right? Like, she wasn't saying it's my baby, but she was calling her nephew my baby, right? And then people found out that it was her nephew, and they were like, and she's like, I never said that was my baby. I was like, girl, what do you mean? Like, the implication.
She's not wrong, but damn, girl.
Like, yeah, it was one of those.
She had her mock-up, her cover-up.
Exactly. Like, she was ready. She had
Wait, bitch, that was a paid actor. Like,
baby being a paid actor.
Do you think the nephew got paid for that gig? Like,
so,
per photo, he gets at least $15.
Look, I remember everybody was so mean to her because they were like, "You're not pregnant. You're not pregnant." And like, I think
did they want her to be pregnant?
Well, because, like, I don't want to say my sister got pregnant when she was 16, so when she started, it was like a domino effect. Like, these girls were getting pregnant left and fucking right. Like, it was insane. Like, I don't want to say she started it, right? But it seemed like after her, fucking damn
she was the
bitch,
trendsetter.
Literally, like, holy fuck. Like, I can't believe, like, why do you want to be pregnant? But obviously, like, 2 years later, she was also, like, it was still happening, right? And she wanted, I think she wanted to be, like, cool, quote unquote. And I don't know how pregnancy, like, anyway. But yeah, like, it turned into this big thing where people were, like, telling her she was lying and to prove that she wasn't, obviously, like, you know. But I don't know. I stopped talking to her, obviously. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun experience.
I feel like the color shading, or the color, I feel like the colors on my camera just switched. Like a minute ago.
Oh, maybe. Where's Charlotte?
She's under my computer.
This is horrible news.
She's sitting.
I remember my first boyfriend, Girm.
Boyfriend?
So he invited me over to his place, and his mom, like, cooked food for us, and they had like a bunch of chinchillas in a cage, and they were so
What is that?
Chinchillas. It's oh god, it's an animal.
Oh, when I hear chinchilla, I think of like.
It's this.
Wait.
It's like
skin these things for the fur.
Yeah. So
Do they actually?
Yeah, because the fur is so soft.
He had a bunch of chinchillas in a cage, and they were huddled so like together that it looked like a baby elephant. And I don't know, my brain to mouth filter wasn't working at that moment, and I was like, oh, mini fant, like mini elephant together, mini fan. And I just said it, and it became like this little inside joke, and it was so cute. Unfortunately, I didn't like love him. I thought it was love, but he was like my first boyfriend. He was the one who asked me out, and I thought, oh, I must like him too, of course.
Oh, Chuck.
No. I mean, he was nice. I liked him as a friend, but yeah. But the worst fucking part, I invite him over, and so his parents were divorced back then. I don't know what's going on now. I haven't kept up. And you know how in every movie they're like, oh, I don't want you to meet my family. They're so weird. They're so embarrassing. My fucking family kept asking about like the divorce situation. They were like, where's the dad? What's happening? And I'm just sitting there super awkward. I'm like, I'm so fucking trying to keep eye contact.
Wait, they were
like, I'm
asking
so
to him?
fucking sorry. Huh?
They were asking to him?
Yeah, they were asking him.
You're joking.
I was so embarrassed.
That's so funny.
After that, I promised to myself I'm never bringing anyone home. Like, no. It was
That's
so
like an
bad.
interrogation scene. Like, is your father dead? Where'd he go?
Basically, it was horrible. Bob, it was so embarrassing. I never invited him over to my place ever again.
Yeah, I would have killed myself.
my
That's
God,
so embarrassing.
So, oh God, I don't want to ruin this or like just talk about this on this podcast. But so the date I went on with him, it like turned horrible because it gave me fucking trauma at the end.
Ow. Choco.
Like it got so bad that I'm like legit scared of water now.
Water?
So, yeah.
Did he squirt on you?
No. So him, his mom, and her mom's back then boyfriend invited me to go with them to, I don't know what the English word is. Hold on. It's like an inn. And the inn had this playing place outside, like playground for kids, and there was a pond there. And so the only kids in the area were just me, my boyfriend, and this one other kid from another family, and like all the adults were outside talking, and then they all went in to like sit down and start getting food and order. And so me and my boyfriend, this is like our first date, so we're super awkward with each other. We're like blushing and super shy, and then I don't remember what we were talking about, but all I remember is just hearing a splash behind me, and I like turn, and all I see is like a hand coming out of the pond, like struggling. And so this child was drowning, and me and my boyfriend, yeah, it was horrible. And me and my boyfriend, we like ran and helped him up, and this child's mother was a fucking cunt. So we brought him in. We were like, okay, where's your parent? Girl. And so he showed us, and we like brought him to her, and we were like explaining the situation. We were like, he fell into the pond, and so I'll tell you what my mother would have done. My mother would have changed my clothes, gave me something warm or something at least dry, or asked like the inn people if they had a towel or something. This mother was like not doing any of that. She just sat that dripping wet child next to her, didn't even like dry him or change clothes for him. Like, I'm sorry, but this child is gonna die of pneumonia or whatever. And I don't remember, like, I couldn't taste the food after that. Everything just tasted like ash in my mouth. I was so traumatized. It was like such a good date, and then it ended on that. And ever since then, I'm just like so fucking. I hate when people touch me because I feel like I'm still dirty from that time, because the pond was dirty, like, you know, those green flakes on top, and the pond looked super dark, and ever since then, I have this feeling that I'm constantly dirty, no matter how much I like shower or wash my hands. So I hate when people touch me, and I hate going into water. And I should probably go to a therapist about that, but I'm too scared to go.
Choco, please, this is where you go.
It's horrible. I know. I'm sorry. It should have been a cute story about Valentine's Day, but it turned horrible.
Choco, if I were you, I would push that kid further down to the pond.
Dude, I was shocked. This was like my first near-death experience I've like seen in front of my eyes. It was horrible. I was like traumatized. I didn't know what to do. God, I'm just so grateful I don't have dreams about that anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Choco, you pissing yourself each time you see water?
No.
You go to wash your hands, you see the tap coming out, you're like, oh, fuck.
No, okay, so here's the thing. I don't mind like shower water and I don't mind pools, but I just don't go in because the pools are dirty and the ponds and stuff, I just know. If I can see the floor of the pond, I'm not touching that. I'm not going in. So anyways, maybe we should go back to some safer topics.
How deep was the fucking pond?
That was I'm all drowning.
So the thing is, I don't know how deep it was. The problem was, first of all, we were all like really young. We were children. We were like 10, 11 years old.
And
this child was even younger than us. Huh?
And you were on a date?
Yeah.
It's so strange to me.
The Victorian person.
Yeah, literally.
Lives differently, Girm.
Damn.
Yeah. But I don't know how deep it was because like it was getting dark, so the pond was completely like black. We couldn't see, and it was super dirty. So you, even if it was like light, you couldn't really see.
Yeah.
God.
Just thinking about that makes me gag.
Okay.
Oh my
well,
God.
Let's talk about something else, please.
You need to go to therapy first of all, like immediately.
I know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, how do you recover from that? I'm sorry.
To piggyback off of that.
I can tell another thing if you want. Something happier, don't worry.
Explain.
So in high school, I had one boyfriend, and it was, I think, around the time I met you, Pob. I think around the time, I'm not quite sure, but so
and
it
then
was
your life went to shit.
So it was
Did you break up afterward?
Yeah, we broke up. So we met during summer, and we used to I met him through some other friends, and we would like stay up till 4 a.m. just to play games. It was super cute. And he would always like buy me Steam games and like, let's play together. I was like, okay.
Choco's using him.
No, I mean,
Choco, that was your sugar daddy.
Yeah, literally.
Anyways,
so much.
all I remember is I stayed up like for a while till like 4 a.m. and so my sleep schedule got fucked. And then we had to fly to Georgia. And throughout the whole like airplane traveling transit time, I felt like vomiting the whole time. I felt so nauseous. And I felt really bad. But I still remember that giddy feeling of I was always super happy when I started talking to him. And I was always looking forward to it. It was such a nice feeling. And then I think he asked me out. I don't remember actually. We started dating and it was nice.
Wait, did you guys know each other IRL or only online?
So the thing is, they were from Vienna, so we could have met up, but we never did because we were both in school and busy.
Choco, you e-dated.
Huh? Kind of, but
Choco,
like
you're an e-dater.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, we knew how we looked. We had pictures, and I did meet his friends IRL. Like our mutual friends, we did meet up IRL before like we met, and after a couple of months we broke up though because he got really possessive. Like he constantly wanted to just talk every day, like just with me, and I just wanted to hang out in a group. And I remember we talked about this girl that I hate one-on-one calls. I prefer like a group setting, and it just got a bit too much for me. So I was like, okay, let's stop.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's love for you.
I had a crush so for high school, I've had a crush for every single year except for this year.
Damn, every year? It's like a catalog looking through.
No.
This year I'll take this guy.
Genuinely, Choco. It was fucking insane. And I had my 9th grade crush that was in 11th grade at the time, and I would only see him once in a while, like through the halls, and like I remember, I remember every single time. Okay, no. I remember that his class was upstairs. After like second period, his class was upstairs, and he would have to go to that class. My class was downstairs, and I also had to go upstairs. But his class we both started our second period class downstairs, and we would have to take the same stairs to go upstairs to go to our separate classes upstairs. And I would always make sure, because I had like one route that I could go that was much quicker to get to my class. After I had the other route that he would go that would be much quicker for him, but much longer for me. I remember I would always take that route to go in just like for the glance of getting to see him, because like when you have a crush, like you'll have like especially like a high school crush, you'll like make any excuse just to see that person. Like a glimpse of him would make me like feel like butterfly and like super happy and like excited.
You would literally take like the longer route just for the chance to take a glimpse on the person.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
it's insane.
yeah. It's really cute.
I remember for Valentine's Day, wait, no, this wasn't for Valentine's Day. This was for like Christmas or something. Before the 2-week break, I was looking for like something to buy him online, because I always remember him always wearing a beanie, one specific beanie, and he never took that shit off.
Yes, so I was like, I remember this.
Yeah. He always had one beanie and he never took that shit off. Mm-hmm. And so every single time that I would see him, I would be like, what would be a good gift? Because like Christmas is coming up and I wouldn't get to see him for the next like 2 weeks. And so I ordered a $15 beanie off of H&M. I remember it was like kind of like a mustard yellow. It was really nice. I would wear it now. But I remember buying that, and after giving it to him like the day before like Christmas break happened, and it was very like, I don't know. It was a very strange feeling of giving it to him, because I was like, oh, whoa, like I hope he likes it, and like, oh my gosh, like this is exciting, and like stuff like that. And I would like tell my friends, would be like, oh, like I'm about to give it to him, like I'm so scared, I'm so excited. And ew, oh my fuck. This was when I got my mom 2 weeks before this. I got my mom to get me a phone plan so I can call and text people. And I made the excuse that it was for me to be able to call and text my friends over the like Christmas break. But I like asked her specifically for it, specifically so I could write my number down inside of the hat that I was giving him, so he could call me and text me over the like winter break. He didn't, but
I'm so sorry, Paul.
But that was like my first experience of like having an actual crush for someone. I was like, whoa, that's strange.
Okay, but you're like so brave for acting on it, like
yeah.
That's the thing with literally with every single one of my crushes. I've acted on it in some way, shape, or form, or like hinted that I've liked them in a bunch of different ways. And for
is this like if it's too much, you don't have to answer. But were they like openly gay or?
First one was bi. Second one was gay. Third one is pan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're falling in love with or having a crush on people that you might have a chance with.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never understood the thing where, like, it's usually like younger gay boys obsessed with like straight guys, or like actively searching out and like going after them in specific. It's like, I don't know. It's very strange to me. It's very strange. It's very weird.
I think actively doing it is an issue, right?
Yeah.
But like, I know for me when I was in high school, nobody, like, there was one gay kid, right?
Yeah.
And like now that I'm older, all the people who were like my good friends, like all the guys that I talked to, most of them turned out to be homos, which is so funny, right? Because like when we were in like school, right, we didn't tell each other because you just didn't do it. But I know, like a few of the guys I had a crush on, like, yeah, they were gay, right? But I obviously never acted on it because of what happened to me when I was younger. But also the two biggest crushes I had through like high school, it was crazy. Like literally for all 4 years, like it was the same two guys, and they were like not gay at all. But it wasn't like I would never like actively chase them, right? Or it wasn't anything. It was just because of the way we interacted that it was like the reason, right? But like obviously looking back at it, it's not. I don't know. It's weird because it's like right now that it's like that could never have happened, but like at the moment you don't know that, right? Because you're young, you're basically a kid, right? You don't know any better. That's I don't know. I want to say that now maybe it's harder to do that, like to justify. Like if you're chasing straight people, I think that's a problem. Like I don't know.
But like having like a crush or something, I think that's okay.
Yeah, because when you can't control it, like there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
If it's your feelings, it's your feelings.
What about if you don't know if they're like completely straight, or if you don't know them that well? What then? Like, do you just go up and ask them, or how do you do that?
I feel like you would have to be extremely brave to just go up and ask someone that. I feel like you would have to, like, I don't know, pick up hints. But then also when you're picking up hints and you have an active crush on someone and you're trying to find out if they're like, if they like the opposite gender or the like any other sex, I don't know, you just have to pick up on hints. But then also like that could be kind of dangerous because you're already in the mindset of like, oh, I really like this person, I hope they like me back. Like those hints, like those small things that would be hints would be super, super enlarged because you're so infatuated with that person.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know if it's like the same case for you guys, but here, and especially like in Austria, or at least my friends, if you like wanted to find out about a person's crush, you would ask literally every person around them, like their friends, their siblings. Like you'd be like, hey, so I have a friend who has a crush on this person. Can you tell me a little bit about him? Like, see, does he like this? Does he like that? I remember one of my classmates was like, to the person, to his face, oh, I have a crush on this guy. He's like the same height as you. What do you think he'd like? Like stuff like that. It's stupid, but I mean, kids, you don't know better. Also,
that's also
you're like shy as a child. You don't really ask someone out. But now that I'm older, I'm kind of like, I'm gonna die soon. Just ask.
Choco, you're not even 30. Like
I know, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. People always say the worst that somebody can say is like no, but I feel like the worst that somebody could say is you. Like that would break me.
No, because Choco, I feel like if somebody, like I think from all the people that I've ever like initiated contact with, there was one person who I think it was the worst that they didn't feel the same, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like if they had just been like, oh, that's gross, it would have been much easier than them just saying, I'm not that into you. Like, I don't know. It would have created this like complete lack of loss of respect, loss of everything. Like that, I feel like it would be much easier to like get over than actually somebody, you loving somebody so much, right? And them not being able to reciprocate the feelings. Like, no is the worst thing you could possibly get. Like, that's 100% guaranteed.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, Choco, you go.
Okay, I just want to say, I just had this memory all of a sudden, like, unlocked when you said that.
Choco, I saw it in Choco's eyes. I saw when it got triggered.
Choco saying before that they would have zero stories. Like they know nothing from Valentine's Day.
You just unlocked something in me.
Listen,
like, Pop, I don't think about romance that much, okay? So it's not like...
But clearly you have gone through it.
Yeah.
Choco, you have many stories.
Choco, the experiences are there, and you were like...
Choco, the rizz is insane. I don't know.
Holy shit, Choco.
Dude... There's this joke that's like,
wait.
We know each other.
What did you remember? What was the memory? I need to know before you.
What was the synapses shot in your brain that we saw?
Literally, we're seeing it happen in real time.
So in high school, there was this girl in my class. We weren't that close. In fact, we hated each other in the beginning.
Is this your lesbian arc?
Not yet, but
okay.
I think I don't remember if it was like we were talking about gender or like sexuality, one of the two. And like it came up that I'm like pansexual, And she had that look in her face that just was like, you're telling me this because you like me? And in my mind, I'm like, I have standards, bitch. I'm not that low yet.
Oh my god.
Like, she's a good friend now, but back then we hated each other. And
oh my god.
I remember I might have mentioned a couple times that I'd like to kill her, which...
Oh my Choco, you're joking.
Yeah, it was really bad, but to be fair, she started it. But yeah. You just unlocked this... I just saw her face in front of me again of her. You're telling me this because you like me? Like, fuck no. Ew.
That was too good.
She was like... She was the typical white girl Starbucks pumpkin latte autumn fall girl. Like, to a T.
If you went to the fuck? If you went to a sorority meeting, you would see her there.
Yeah, definitely.
With 15 other clones of her.
Definitely. Girm, you just unlocked that memory. I had it completely buried.
Choco, you blocked that off.
I don't like that. Huh?
You blocked that off.
Yeah. Oh my god. There was a girl in my class, another girl, who was a good friend of that girl too, unfortunately. But so I had a cute nickname for her, and she was okay with it. She was like super excited about it, and I think I had a crush on her. And at the end of the week, we would always drive with the same bus home, and I would like always jokingly hint about maybe dating her, and she was always like, no. Like,
actually,
yeah, she was being super nice about it. Like, she's generally very open, and she's fine with all of that. She just wasn't into girls. And I was like, okay, well, I asked. So. But we were still very good friends. She was very sweet.
That's nice. It's good that you're still friends, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we check up on each other every couple of months. We're like, hey, how you doing? How's life? How's university?
Did you kill yourself? Like, no. It's like, okay, good.
No, I'm still here, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
The worst like dating experiences I've ever had were with girls for some reason. I always thought maybe that would be easier because we have like the same biological sex, but no, fuck, they're the worst. Sorry. Like, and somehow both of them reacted the same way. That is like the strangest thing to me. So both of them are lesbian. I think one of them changed gender, so I don't know if they're still a lesbian, but back in the day. So we were all like, I guess they both like had a crush on me, and those are like different years apart.
At the same time?
No, those are years apart.
Oh, okay.
But the exact same fucking situation. So they confessed, and I was like, oh, sorry, I only see you as a friend. And then they blocked me for like half a year. They wouldn't talk to me anywhere. And I remember with one of them, I used to play Overwatch, and with the other one, I was best friends with her best friend. Like, we were work buddies. And I just remember, so for half a year, I don't hear anything from any of these people. I'm like, okay, fine. And then they're like, oh, hi, I'm in a relationship with this girl now. It's going well. I'm like, okay, thanks for giving me trauma, but I'm glad you're doing fine.
Choco, I would have never thought this many people wanted to fuck you.
Literally, holy shit. Not because like you're
Am I that
unattractive,
ugly?
Choco, or anything. It's more of
Oh,
the fact
what
that,
the fuck?
No.
it seems like you're like really in your shell, and like,
Yeah.
I don't know, you seem like the type of person that if I wanted to approach you with like the prospect of wanting a romance of any kind, that you would immediately be like, okay, no, first of all, immediately.
Yeah.
Like, it would be you, right? Not, it would be you shooting people down. That's what my thought would be.
Well, okay, so I don't know. I don't know, girl.
I don't want to say it's like you're unapproachable. It's more that you seem very independent. Like, that you want to be by yourself. I don't know.
Yes,
Very
okay.
introverted.
I do want to be by
That it would be
myself,
hard to approach.
but I do still need contact with people. I don't know. I just prefer like this type of online contact rather than meeting in person. I don't know. Just every time I leave the house, I just feel super uncomfortable throughout the whole day. It's bad. I need therapy.
Well.
Any more stories?
Yes. So.
Yes, Bob.
I remember in 10th grade, I had a crush on this guy, and he was one of the only few other gay or bi guys in my school at the time. And now that I'm in 12th grade, I see faggots everywhere. It's insane. They're popping up like flies. There's at least 6 I can point out in 11th grade and at least 10 in 10th grade. Be serious. And that's only for guys too. There's a lot of lesbians in my school. But at the time there was 4 maximum spanning throughout 9th and 12th grade that were that people knew of. And I had a crush on this one guy, and I wasn't friends with his friends, but he was really close to these 2 girls, and we went out for a KFC hangout. We went to fucking KFC, and I this is at the time where this is at the time where I never really left the house. I never really went anywhere by myself because my mom would be oh, don't go anywhere without me. I'll drive you there. Do not walk.
Who said that? Your mom or your sister?
My mom.
Oh, okay.
Because she was scared of me getting murdered or kidnapped or stuff like that.
Right.
But I had to Google Maps my way there, and the way in which that it took me so fucking long because I went the wrong direction multiple times. And I arrived 30 minutes late, and they were already sitting down and eating and stuff like that. And so I was that initially made it awkward. And then also, it was just awkward just in general because I didn't really know the 2 girls, and I didn't really know the guy all that much. But I was there via association. And so, it kind of went bad because one of the girls lost her phone, and she started crying, and she was calling, or we got we got his other friend to call and be hey, this girl lost her phone, we don't know what to do, and she's crying and stuff like that, and it was really bad. But the crush really didn't go anywhere. And then I remember one of my friends that's graduated. He graduated last year. He's gay, and he was on Grindr, and he saw my 10th grade crush on Grindr.
Wasn't he bi?
No, he was gay.
Is that a shock? Is that ever confused?
No, but it's just I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. I was that's weird. That's strange.
Not Bob.
Seeing him on, I don't know.
I mean, it's a person. People have the right. I mean, I don't know. I'm shocked because see, I say that when I used to see people and they'd be oh, he's gay. Okay, that's weird because nobody I knew growing up was ever out for the most part.
Yeah,
I remember there was this one guy. And I'm so sorry to him, but I love this story. But I thought I was gay, but we were sitting there, right? And it was I would always hang out with the girlies because, and it was me, him, and a bunch of other girls, right? We were in gym. And then these 2 dudes just start wrestling. And I'm looking over at them okay, that's I don't know, right? When guys wrestle, it's something about it, right? Primal urge, your Viking brain activates. But yeah. I was really self-conscious to making sure I never I was very aware of where I looked and who I was looking at, right? Because I never wanted people to think I was a homo. So I remember actively looking away to not look at them. But I remember this other guy that I was with in the group, and I didn't really know him that well, right? But both of us were hanging out with the girlies, so obviously at the time I didn't think about it twice, but I look over at him and he's directly fucking almost drooling over these 2 guys wrestling. And I was damn girl, I got your ass. I don't know, it was
we see each other.
Yeah, literally. And then obviously later when we're out of high school or whatever, then I see him on Grindr. I'm it makes sense. I remember the wrestling thing. I don't know. That to me is a shock.
Core memory.
Yeah, those are the things I don't know. This turning into more of like a relationship or like online shit. Like, I don't know. Valentine's is weird.
It is.
A little strange.
It's so funny because like back in the day, people, you had like a lot more straight people around you.
Yeah.
And like there was always this one token person in the group, and now like gay people flock together, or like people in the LGBTQ community like flock together, and then there's always just one or two headies in the group, and people are like especially in movies, they're always like, oh, it's so like unrealistic that there are so many gay people in like one group, like especially the more
very
conservative older generation.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, and thinking about my friend group. I'm like, no, that checks out.
That's about right.
We have like maybe one or two headies in the group. It's fine, yeah.
The funny thing is, even as like young as I was, right, not looking for people who were like LGBT or whatever.
Yeah.
I organically flocked to people who I felt like were like me, and it turns out that a lot of the same people who I used to hang out with or like were, you know. Later on, you find out. So it's like it doesn't even seem intentional. It just happens because, like, people are you can feel when people are similar to you, right? Like, I don't know. It's very strange. It's really weird because
it's like a subconscious like connection.
Yeah, you just know.
I mean, I'm in a Discord server with some university classmates, and so I've never like gotten 100% definitive answer what their like sexualities, but all of us drool over men, women.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's like nice. Like we're all together in this.
Yeah, you're comfortable.
Yeah.
So my last story that I have in my notes. I had an 11th grade crush, and this was when I was really into crocheting. And I remember he's like a nerd. Like a really big nerd. He's really into computers. He wants to like develop a game, and he is like super techie, and he's also really into keyboards. And I remember that I was in like a Discord server of me, him, my best friend, my other best friend, and then like 5 other people that I'm not really friends with, but was in that friend group. And I remember when I was calling like 2 of my best friends one night who were also in that server, I was FaceTiming them, and then I showed them my desk, and they were like, "Whoa, your keyboard's fucking nasty." Clinically insane.
Did they see your toilet though?
No, Choco, shut the fuck up. They took a screenshot from me FaceTiming my keyboard and sent it into the Discord. And then my crush saw that, and he was like, "That's fucking nasty. Whose is that?" And after they both were like, "That's Braden's." And after he was like, "Oh, that is so scary." And so, since my 2 friends knew that I had a crush on him, they were like, "Since he's a nerd and since he's really into keyboards and computers and stuff like that, you should ask him to clean your keyboard." I was like, "Wait." And so I texted him on Discord the next day, and I was
horrible.
like, No, wait, this is actually really cool of your friends. Good job, friends.
Exactly. I was like, "Hey, would you clean my keyboard?" And after he was like, "Yeah, like just bring it to school like tomorrow or something." I was like, "Okay."
Fuck.
And so I brought it to school, and
Pop like unsticks it from his desk. He took a pliers and scraped it off of his desk.
Literally, but he had to get the black tar off.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I gave it to him, and I was like, "Are you sure? Like, do you want me to like give you anything in return?" And he was like, no, it's okay. And I was like, "Are you sure?" Like, I was like,
how about a kiss, handsome?
No, exactly.
You should have been like that.
I was like, I'm really into crocheting right now. Like, I will literally crochet you a kosher whether you like it or not. And he was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That's fine." And so I crocheted him a coaster. I remember I'll post the picture like later, but I crocheted him a coaster, and we traded, and he was like, "Your keyboard was fucking nasty to clean, but I cleaned it all fully." And he even replaced all the keys on it too, like basically all the keys on it. And he gave me that after he gave me like spare extra keys that he just like had. I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." Like, I was like, 1, he cleaned my keyboard. 2, he changed the keys. 3, he gave me extra keys that I can like switch and interchange that were kind of cool keys too. So it was like, is this a way of him flirting? Because he's kind of like an introvert. And I was like, is this his way of flirting? Like giving me more than like what I asked for and stuff like that. After me giving him a coaster as well, like, you're gay, so you're gay. So you're gay.
And so, like, so I'm drawing conclusions here.
No, exactly. And he's the pan one too, so I was like, he would like, there is a possibility. And then I remember my friend, I got my friend to interrogate him. This was like 2 months after like the keyboard cleaning. I got my friend to interrogate him about me, and like mentioned something about me, and then was like, oh, what do you think of Brayden, by the way? And then he said, who?
No!
It's over.
Oh!
I'm so sorry.
I remember my friend telling me that, and they were like, yeah, I don't think you have a chance.
Damn, girl. This is
No!
big.
Okay, you know what? At least he said it like immediately, so you could like get over it and move on.
But
and,
it
like,
was so funny. And then I realized at like a Halloween party from last year, I was talking to him, and okay. Last year at a Halloween party, he was kind of like, he was like slightly tipsy, and we were sitting down on like this big ass mattress downstairs in like my friend's basement, and this is like not like a party, but this is like a get together Halloween party with like me and my 2 best friends and him and like 6 other people. And
that is a party, bestie.
well, that's not like a party, but it's like a get together party. I don't know, but it was me and him sitting down on this mattress, and like there were some people like beside us as well, but we were like talking, and and he was, I don't know, he was kind of like tipsy, so he was like more playful and more like talkative and stuff like that. And I remember he was like, oh, like I mentioned, I was like, you have a really bad time with like eye contact, and he was like, yeah, like I don't know, eye contact is like, I've never really been good at it, like I always like look away whenever I'm speaking to people. That's why like whenever I'm talking to anybody, I never have to like maintain full eye contact like all the time. And I was like, okay, well, let's try a challenge right now, because we were sitting like cross-legged on this bed, facing towards each other, like knees touching as well. And I was like, okay, let's try this thing where you have to keep eye contact with me the entire time that we're talking. And he was like, okay. And it was really cute. It was really enjoyable. And then we were like holding hands like this as well, like together, like his hands were on top of mine, like mine were on top of his, like that. And I was like, I don't know if I like him or not. Because I remember last year I was like super obsessed with him, but then after like the who incident, I was like, oh. And so I didn't have a crush on him at that time, but then I was like, does he like me? Like, or is this just him being a little tipsy, being more playful?
You
and then
should
I realized later
go revenge, and when his friends ask you, you should be like, who?
No, literally
Choco being petty.
And then
okay.
I realized that night after like we were talking, I was like, oh yeah, I had a crush on you last year. And he was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I realized pretty recently, after my best friend was right beside me as well in this conversation, he was like, oh yeah, I've realized pretty recently I like talked to, gesturing to my best friend, them about how I think I'm asexual. And then he was like, and I also think I'm aromantic as well. And I was like, oh, okay.
Damn,
so
bitch, he really went. I'm so ugly, he turned me off from all dating.
Literally Choco. Like, it's fucking insane. And so I realized I never had a chance to begin with.
No.
And that was a very unique experience for me.
Charlotte, yay. Sorry, I just saw her move, so.
That's very unfortunate. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened, but
I don't know, like, it's so interesting to me, at least, and I always say this to Pob, like this kind of stuff, because like we're such it's such an age gap right between me and him. But the fact that you've had all these experiences like at your age already makes me so happy, because this is the kind of shit I didn't start doing until I was like in my 20s, because like obviously it was like, it's so weird to think about how just in like 10, 15 years, it has changed so much. Like from being able to like, I don't know. I guess I could have done it if I was brave enough, but like, and I love talking about this guy, but the one gay guy in our high school, like he was so cool. He was like literally, he had a fucking peg leg. Like he was missing an entire fucking leg. And everybody, like he was gay. He was out and proud. And like he didn't care about anything because like, what were you going to care about? People were already making fun of him because of his missing fucking leg, girl. Like being gay, what did that do, right? And I remember always like looking up to him. Yeah, because I was like, damn, like imagine, right, if everyone could just be like this guy. But it feels more right now that people are like more accepting. It's like, I don't know. It's really nice to hear. That's very refreshing. But it sucks that it's like all a bunch of bad experiences.
Yeah.
This is so I don't know. It's
the universal gay experience. We love to see it.
It's true.
Digi always tells me, and a lot of lesbians online are also like, is she flirting with me or is she just my best friend? Like it's all like because I don't think gay men like
exist.
No,
Same.
like they don't interact the same way as two girls would interact. Like because two girlfriends, like if they're not dating, they would still be super close and very touchy. But then, like, do they like me or is this just friendship? Like it is hard.
Choco,
lesbians have it hard, man. Huh?
You just unlocked a memory. I have, or not a memory. This was really recent. This was literally Sunday. I was at my friend's house, and we were lying down on their bed, and they're lesbian, and they were scrolling through my camera roll, and they stopped on this one picture of my friend, of one of my coworkers that I went out with for like let's go out and like eat some stuff together. Like this is fun. Like let's talk and like have a key because we only ever see each other like at work. And they stopped on this one photo, and after they were like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "That's my coworker." After they were like, "Is she single?" I was like, "Yeah." And then they looked at me and they were like, "Is she single? Like as in like, does she like pussy?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I think so. Like I remember them saying faggot once, and so I'm pretty sure.
Pass, obviously, clearly.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to blur that word.
And so, she was like, "Okay," or they were like, "Show me their Instagram." And so I showed them, and they were like,
for a second, I thought because we were still talking about pussy, so I thought, "Show me their pussy." Like Paul.
Send the pussy prick, girl.
They were like, "Show me their Instagram right now," and I was like, "Okay." And so I showed. After my friend, they were like, "Oh my gosh, like she's so pretty, like she's so pretty and so like attractive, and like I think I'm in love with her already." And so I was like,
movement.
Yeah. And they're kind of like a U-Haul lesbian, and they got out
what
of
does that mean?
a 4.5. They got out of a 4.5-year relationship literally 3 months ago. No, fuck, 2 months ago. And so this is their first like experience because they've been with that person for 4.5 years, which is like ever since like 9th grade, like ever since 8th grade. And so they've never like flirted or talked to anybody else before.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this moment for you. And so I texted my friend, my coworker, and I was like, "Hey, so I have this friend who thinks you're really attractive and also like is also a lesbian. Like, do you like pussy?" And so they were like, "Yeah, I'm pan." I was like, this is perfect. And so I was texting them, and my friend right beside me, they were like, no, stop, Brayden, stop, like trying to stop me the entire time. And I was like, pulling the phone away, and I was like trying to text them. And then I was like, "Can I call you?" After they were like, sure. And so I called them, and my friend was right beside me, and they were like, no, this is so fucking embarrassing. Like, stop. After I was like, "Hey, my friend thinks you're really attractive." They're like right beside me. "Do you want me to send you their Instagram and stuff like that?" And my friend, my coworker, she was like super flustered. She was like, yes. And it was like a 3-minute call, and my friend was like, "I'm gonna punch you in the fucking balls, Brayden." After she heard that, she heard that, and she was like, "Is that them?" And after it was like, yeah. After they went to the phone, they were like, "I'm so sorry for this bitch. Like, he's so fucking annoying. I didn't ask for this."
Oh my.
And so they've been talking for the past couple of days, and my friend, they text me and they're like, I don't know if she likes me, like she's taking a really long time to respond, and like I haven't done this in so long, and like I'm so nervous and like stuff like that. And I'm like, no, just talk about this, not just this and that and that and that and that and that. And they have a bunch of stuff in common, but they just have to talk about it.
Not being a matchmaker.
Yeah.
Literally, like
Cupid, literally.
But that's really fun. And then also, I forgot to talk about this, but we're like running out of time. But did you guys also have like online situationships or like crushes that you would like talk to like via Discord or?
Well, I mean, my boyfriend in high school, I guess, because it was mostly online instead of in person. Mm-hmm. But we were in the same country, so I don't know how much that like counts.
I mean, that's like I think the horrible thing for me right now, that the last relationship I got out of was like terrible to me, and then the person that I really liked was someone that I did meet over Discord. I felt so fucking weird because I'd never done something like that, like an online thing, but it was a one-way like emotion thing, but like the feelings weren't reciprocated, but it felt weird. It felt really weird. Like, I don't know. I don't think I would do that again. Like, even if I liked someone or I thought I really did, I don't think I would tell them if I met them over there.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between like online relationship and then in-person relationship. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Because I remember I would I would get into Overwatch games.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't tell me.
And I would
RP lobbies.
Yeah, I would like flirt with guys like via like in literally like in the middle of ranked competitive matches.
We know.
And sometimes they would be older, which like seeing now I'm like, oh, that's really bad. But I never really pursued anything. I never pursued any of that. But I remember there was like a few times where there was somebody like actually my age or like a year or two older that I would start like talking to on Discord and be like, hey, like, and stuff like that. But nothing ever like transpired from that. I just remember having like little like flings and like situationships like as I was like 15, 16, 14, like talking to guys over the internet via like via battle.net.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That's so weird. Like, I don't know. Like, that's not the same thing as being like on Grindr, like okay, cute, because like there the intention is known, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's like through Discord. Like, I see people say it all the time as a joke, right? Like, right, e-dating. But yeah. I don't think. Like, do you guys take people seriously when they say that they're in a relationship like that?
Like online and stuff? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Because especially now with COVID, I know that a lot of people like got like stuck when they were traveling. So a lot of them did like online dating and stuff. And it like I don't okay, so I feel like relationship wise, like dating wise, it's not different from like in-person dating. Like, it's still feelings. It's just you have to go about it like in a different way than in person. But it doesn't make it any less real or anything like that. I would still take it seriously, yeah, for sure. Because I mean, my relationship with you guys, it's real. You guys aren't just voices in my head. It's all real. I like you guys.
We are.
I mean, I don't mean like the perspective of do you take it seriously yourself. I mean, do you take other people seriously? Like, if I tell you I have online friends, it's not the same thing as if I tell you I have an online boyfriend that we haven't seen each other, but we've been dating for like 7 months.
I'd still take it seriously. Yeah, I'd take it.
I would not take that seriously.
What?
I would make fun of you to your face.
No.
But that's because... that's because... I don't know. For me personally, I value like physical touch and also like quality time, like going out places and doing stuff and like doing stuff together, like in person, like baking, like super mundane things. I really enjoy. Like with my last boyfriend, for example, we would like I would really cherish and really enjoy the times where we would like bake pizza together or where we would like cook or something, or like when we would like go out to do like anything, I would always super cherish that. And so I feel like there's a sort of level of disconnect when you have an online relationship. Like, yeah, you can still do stuff. Yes, you can still hang out and talk, but it's not like you're never, ever, ever, ever gonna get that same feeling of doing something in person with another person that you are like romantically interested in.
That is with like the idea that you'll never meet up. But if you do meet up, that doesn't count then. But yeah.
Yeah, but like,
I feel like it's different if you do meet up or have the intentions of meeting up and you are physically able to.
Yeah.
That, I think, yes. Because then that would not turn from e-dating, that would turn into like a long distance relationship.
Yes. Because that's kind of where I am with Pob, where like I really want to be able to see somebody. Like I don't want to say I'm the same with my friends, but like even with my friends, like I miss being able to go out with them the way we used to. But now we're just like, well, they're like busier than me, obviously, because I don't have a conventional job, but they work like fucking these dumbass jobs, right? And it's like we never have time. Like my one friend works at night, and she's like the one person I would always do everything with, and I really, really miss her, like because we would go and do stuff together, like even just going out to shop. Like I didn't care. Like she'd be like, "I'm gonna go run errands. You wanna go?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah!" Like let's go do your fucking errands, right? Like I love that shit. Like I don't know, it's very weird, but see, I get that, and that's why like if you're in an online relationship, I don't think it's less, but I definitely think it's harder for me to be like, oh, this is gonna last, right?
Okay.
Like, can't you just break up at any time? Like, what are the consequences? You block them and you never hear from them again.
Yeah.
I don't know, Choco. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No.
I'm just saying for me,
also, it's an opinion. It doesn't matter if you say that. It's your opinion.
Because, like, obviously, if people are in a relationship and it's making them really happy, who's anyone like to judge them, right?
Unless it's a very weird age gap, then yes, I will be judging.
Okay, but yeah, that's something different.
Yeah. Before we like close up and stuff, so both of you are gay, so I don't know about you guys' standards, but
Chuck, I'm straight.
Huh?
Pob is
straight.
hetero.
Oh,
Haven't
you
you
are?
heard his
Of course.
stories?
I'm
They've
sorry.
been about women.
I've been saying
You're
this
just
since
like-
day one. I came up with a room with like, you know, the white and black flag. That's me. I was holding that.
I hate that flag. It's so ugly. Make something better. Come on.
Choco, that's hateful.
But I've like come to the conclusion that my standards for women and standards for men and standards for other genders are completely different. Like men have to be like in a very specific mold, like long hair, tall, funny, smart,
your preference,
stuff like that. And for women, I'm like whatever, as long as she's a woman, I like it. It's like horrible, but here we are.
I mean, I feel like even not even romantically, right? Just I've always held women to a higher standard than men because, like, I don't know. I feel like men are just usually a big letdown.
Yeah.
Like it's just I don't know. Being a man myself, right? Like you're just setting yourself up for disappointment if the other person is a man. I'm so sorry to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, and this is like I was saying with, like, I don't know if this is last episode or like a couple episodes ago, but bitch, not all dogs are created equal. A lot of them are fucking ugly, but all cats are beautiful. That's what.
No,
that's what,
I disagree.
Like women and men.
Naked cats are not pretty. I'm sorry.
Okay.
They not scare me, but I don't think they're pretty.
Check on finding the one cat that's absolutely horrific to look at.
I hate those cats so much.
Like most women that I see, they're gorgeous. They're beautiful.
Yes.
Everybody like gorgeous. But
men it has to be like a blue moon, perfect lighting, exact time.
But you have to bring out the ring light for me to even
then
think
maybe you would
that they're
good.
attractive. Yeah.
It's funny when you look up like famous people couple pictures, and then it's always like this beautiful, gorgeous lady, and then this fucking
and
goblin
beast.
finally came out of
Beauty and the
the
Beast.
cave, and you're like, they're definitely dating just for the money, like 100%. Either that or like cock is really good.
I feel like there are no ugly women, but there are a lot of like a fluctuation in men, right? Like It just is the truth. No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because I feel like I hate when people, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about it now. It's just not Valentine's really. Yeah.
Yes.
It's very strange.
Valentine's Day. Okay, so we talked constantly about relationships. I just want to also talk about like the whole capitalistic view on this. What are you guys' thought about this?
My friend, the one that's talking to my coworker right now, they were explaining to me how they absolutely fucking hate Valentine's Day because they think it's a really superficial holiday where that like it's made for capitalism and it breeds out capitalism. So like everybody is gonna be like, oh, let's go on a date to go out to this restaurant, or I'm gonna buy you chocolates. I'm gonna buy this for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this to you as a gift. It's a very big like
very commercialized.
thing.
It's very commercialized.
Yeah, it's extremely commercialized, and like every single brand and every single company is gonna be doing something like holiday based for their products and stuff like that because it sells on Valentine's Day.
Well, do you guys know what's funny about that? That first of all, I think every holiday is like commercialized at this point, right?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I think it's funny that what that commercialization for Valentine's Day has done is like I used to see in movies or in shows how people would get like really depressed that they were alone on Valentine's Day. I've never had that.
Same.
Like ever in my life.
It's great.
And yeah, it's because I'm like, girl, this is just a holiday to go buy shit, right? Like, yeah, you can do stuff. Like when I've been in a relationship, I've never been like, let me put this special day aside to do something special with the person I'm with. Like, if I'm in a relationship with you, I want to be with you. Yeah, every fucking day, right? Is like, oh, we're gonna spend time together. I don't know. I take pride in like knowing what the person I really really likes, and not surprising them like once a year. It's something that you should be doing like consistently. Like I don't know if
it doesn't even have to be like gifts. It doesn't have to be materialistic stuff. It doesn't. You don't have to constantly go out and buy stuff every single day. It could literally be like a hug or just affirmative words or just cuddling or watching a movie together at home, just or doing like their favorite hobby with them or taking an interest in their interest or like asking about that. It's complete like it's the little things that are nice. You
have to make your own special days and not like have a set day every year. That's gonna be like, oh, this is a big thing. We're gonna do this.
Because I'm not saying like the traditions are bad. It's fine to have like a specific day in the year, but like to just have that and then having that commercialized, that's also not good.
That's I think the problem. And like I'm so sorry to throw straight people under the bus. I feel like we do it a lot, but I feel like Valentine's Day is an excuse for a lot of straight men to not have to put in effort because then there's this one day, right? Or there's like Christmas or your birthday or your anniversary. It's like a really bad excuse to not have to try or to not get anything special. Yeah. And I don't know. It's really
just
weird.
To wait for those days because you have to.
Because you have to do it. It's like, like you're in a relationship. I feel like if you like this person, you should be experiencing these little things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if when I've been on a relationship in Valentine's Day, it's always been not a big deal. That's why I told you, Pop, I didn't have like anything talk about really because it's just been like a normal day, right? Like I would never be one of those people that gets mad that I didn't get fucking flowers because I hate flowers. And the people I've been with know I love like candy, so they just get me candy whenever like I would see them, right? Like it's never been like, oh, let me save up until I could get you shit for Valentine's Day. Like that's so weird.
Yeah,
very strange. I don't know. But yeah, I guess if you're like extra special day, sure, whatever. But yeah, the commercialism has definitely made it less emotionally like. I don't know, like it doesn't matter. It's just another day, basically.
Yeah. Well, are we done? Do we have?
Yes. Let's wrap it up.
Any memes?
Any what?
Oh, I don't have any Valentine's
Day or any media. No, me neither.
It doesn't have to be specific to Valentine's Day.
I mean, I sent Choco a video and they absolutely hated it.
I'm thinking.
Hold on, let me play it. Let me play it for you guys.
I have my own. Every time I walk outside, I feel the magnetic pull of my tongue seeking out this man's dick and balls like two fluorine atoms on an electronegativity scale. It's a picture of a man shirtless sitting down on a white picket fence chair, with the title of that. It's a tweet, and then I took a screenshot or got a screenshot of it, and then I posted it, and I quoted Inside Out that because I fully agree.
It's Joe Keery, and he's sitting there shirtless. For those of you that don't know, I'll post a picture, obviously. This time I'll make sure. I'm not going to drink. But I'm going to make sure to actually put the stuff in. Okay, but here's the video that I sent to Choco that they didn't like. Oh, wait, that's not the right screen. don't worry about that.
Girm's been obsessed with this fucking mobile game for the past 2 days. I don't know what it's about.
He got... Wait, can you put in, like, Always picture, the screenshot of his Steam page? Every single person in our friend group started playing this, and it's just... It's horrible. Girm, it's literally the plague. You infected all of us.
I used to have this argument with somebody all the time because they'd be like, oh, nobody ever wants to play games with me because they only want to play games with you. I'm like, it's not that people only want to play games with me. It's that I'm like, hey, please play this fucking game with me. And then I play it. Like, it's not my fault that I'm pushing people, right? I ask you guys. Okay, but look, I sent this video to Choco and they didn't get it.
I don't like the way he stands and stares at me. I don't like it.
Choco, what is there to get? Like, you don't have to like it. Just ignore it. Listen to his dulcet tones. He's serenading you, Choco.
Amor saying he has a dildo in his ass.
I forgot about that. Oh
God. I can't wait for you guys to see this. Okay, that was my medium of the week.
I also have a video. It's not necessarily really Valentine's related, but it's this is like one of my all-time favorite fucking videos on the internet. I fucking love it so fucking much.
Also,
I think you guys know it
for
already.
Last episode because I got drunk the night before I edited, or the day of, and I got lazy and literally gave up on the last 20 minutes of the podcast. That's why there's like nothing there, because I was like, whatever.
Us laughing at the air.
It's true. Me contemplating if I should like re-upload it, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna half-ass some of these episodes, and this is what you guys get. This is the quality you come to expect. Okay. Oh, I hate this video.
Happy Star Wars Day,
I love
everyone.
this.
Today is also my birthday. And because it's my birthday, I get to introduce you to my girlfriend, who is amazing. Happy Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is also my birthday. And because it's my birthday, I get to introduce you to my girlfriend, who is amazing. Today is also my birthday. And because it's my birthday, today is also my birthday.
Marcus, you don't want to do this. Let her go.
My girlfriend.
Breaking news, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his home waiting negotiation terms.
This is Rover 2L2, Eye in the Sky. We have visual on target. I repeat, we have visual on target.
Hi, we are live in front of the home where a woman is being held hostage.
News, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his
My fellow Americans, I know we are all aware of the current market situation developing. I want to assure you I have my top FBI agents on the case.
Getting fucking... Damn, girl, they were after him.
Listen, this is like one of the reasons I love TikTok. It's just so many random people coming together and creating this beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. It's so well done. So good. No, thank you for experiencing this video with me.
Of course.
It was a beautiful journey.
Let me download this right now, so I don't have to. Okay. Well, thank you guys for
Bye, guys.
on this
Ending right now.
journey. Oh, I didn't even talk about my room.
Oh
yeah.
Talk about your room.
Well, it's nightmare fuel. Hey, you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.